Hi, and welcome to this week's Marketing workshop where we'll be covering calendars. I'm Julian Mills and I'm joined by Atticus here, and we'll be your guides today. Today, we're not only covering the calendars, but also a new feature that's been recently launched called rentals. So we do rentals in HighLevel now. So we'll make a start. When you're using the calendars in HighLevel, the first thing is to make sure you've got your calendars integrated into your user profile, okay? Or you should be stuck to start with. So to do that, you go to settings. This is the sort of foundations of it. You go to your profile, like so, and just make sure you've got your calendar configured here. If you haven't already connected your calendar, you'll see the option to connect Outlook calendar, Gmail calendar, and iCal as well. Yep. So you'll first of all link your calendar. That's my main calendar, and then you highlight any conflict calendars. Okay. So obviously you're going to book any calls, any meetings into your main calendar, but you might have like sub calendars where you don't want to double book yourself on those ones. Yeah. So to explain that, I'll just show you mine. It might make it a bit clearer. Yeah. So if you look here, so these blue calls here, these blue calls and some green calls, yeah, they're all booked into my main calendar. But if I want to reserve time, so I block out time on my calendar so that nobody can double book me, I've got a calendar called protected time. So if I'm taking a day's holiday or I'm traveling or whatever, straight away, as soon as I know I'm doing that, I'll block out chunks of time, and that goes into the conflict calendar, so I don't get double booked when I don't want bookings. Does that make sense? So that's what the conflict calendar is all about. You see here, it won't let people book in the protected time and the calls and meetings calendar. Okay, well, while we're here as well, if you want to use the Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet for you to host your calls, then you would integrate those here as well. You just add those and integrate those. Yeah. So it automates it just does it all behind the scenes, sets it all up for you as a meeting location for your meetings. The other thing to bear in mind here is your working hours. Okay. So when you're working with the calendars in HighLevel, it can get a bit confusing because you have sort of three calendars stacked on top of each other, and it just takes one of those to be out of sync, and suddenly your calendars aren't working. So, for instance, yeah, my regular Google calendar is my primary calendar. Yeah. So if I'm not available on that, then it's not going to take a booking. Okay. Then we come to my user profile. Yeah, here, my user profile, and it's got my availability there. So if I said on here I'm not working Mondays, then no calendar in HighLevel is going to let me book meetings on a Monday. Yeah. And then we've got the actual calendars, what we call the calendars themselves, where they've got availability. So there's three levels of availability. Any one of those out of sync, and suddenly we're not taking bookings on a Monday because one of those has been blocked out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's where I get the most confusion sometimes. So with the calendars and HighLevel, I think they are one of the trickiest parts to set up. And what I say to clients is, you get stuck on the calendars, don't just sit there and stew over it. Yeah, if you're a Marketing subscriber, then we've got the tech support guys here. Yeah, through the blue circle. They're there to help. Or if you're with another agency, they should be providing support for you as well. But often clients will come to me and say, the calendar's not working. Rather than me spend 20 minutes sorting out or half an hour, I would just ask the tech support guys here to go and sort it out for me. Saves my time. So that's what I would do anyway. Is that okay? So if you do find yourself struggling with calendars, don't take it personally. There's so many moving parts to calendars that they can be a little bit tricky to set up. But once they are set up, they just run in the background and you sort of forget about them. They're just working away on their own. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I've not put anyone off yet. So if you haven't already got HighLevel, then you're welcome to a free 30-day trial with Mark2Mate. Just click the link below and sign up, and we're more than happy to help you get started on your HighLevel journey. Okay, so obviously you'll set that up for yourself, and any staff members, again, they'd have to set themselves up to synchronize their calendars, their working schedules to be using it, setting up the Zoom, where is it? Setting up the Zoom conferencing or Teams or Google Meet for using that. You don't have to use those. You could do it by telephone the meetings, and you can even set the meeting location to be a physical address. You can do physical meetings as well with the calendars. Is that okay? So if you go to your staff and try to set the calendars up, I'll show you an example. This could be just catch you out as well. Let's get rid of that. So, for instance, if I was looking to set somebody up called test, if I go and try and set up their calendar for them, it won't let me do it. Yeah, because it's something they've got to set up on their computer, because their computer's linked to their calendar. So they'd have to log in and create that synchronization to their calendar. We as an admin couldn't do it for them. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
No questions, Attica? So I'm not confusing everybody. So the first thing before you start using the calendars, make sure you've set up your synchronizations at the user level, okay? And then we can go back here. We can look at the actual calendars now. So then we go to calendars. So when you synchronize your calendar, when you come to calendars, you especially sometimes you might need to just enable it here. You see if I enable Julian here, because I synchronize this calendar, it's now looking at my Google Calendar. It could be Outlook or iCal, but I'm using Google, and you'll see here the grayed out bits have been pulled in from Google, the Google Calendar. The green bits here are all bookings that are occurring in HighLevel. So when a calendar booking is made in HighLevel, it pushes it through, it's synchronized and pushes that meeting onto your booked calendar. So you see here, it appears here. Okay. So these are all calls that have been booked through HighLevel. Now, one thing to realize is, yeah, I can't just this meeting here. I can't just grab it and move it on this calendar. If this person has to change the time, the sync is like one way. I couldn't move this appointment here and expect it to synchronize in HighLevel. It won't do that. If someone wants to change an appointment, you would do it through the actual HighLevel calendar, this view. If I drag that appointment here, it will automatically reschedule it. It'll automatically reset the automation to send a new confirmation to say that, let's say now the appointment is now 12 o'clock or whatever, and it'll reset all the reminders, etc., to the new time. But you have to do it through this interface here. You can just click on it and drag it, or you can click on it and edit it here. You can add guests to it, yeah, all that sort of thing. It's quite good. Actually, I couldn't live without that now. Yep. So that's looking at my Google Calendar here. So obviously, you go to calendar settings here, and this is where we set up all what we call a calendar. So me, myself, I've got like a 15-minute discovery call meeting. Yeah. A 1 hour call. You can have all different combinations of calls. Yeah. So here's my 1 hour client call. And you just click on to add a new calendar. And you see the different types of meetings we can have at the appointments level. So a personal meeting, like a one-to-one meeting, round robin. So say you've got a sales team of 10 people, you can distribute the calls as a booked to the sales team. Yeah. Today's call is arranged through a class booking. So you can have 25, 30 people can attend there. That's what we're doing today. A collective booking. So say in your business, two of your members of staff have to be on a call with a prospective client. So it will only let the prospective client book a call if both staff members are got availability in their calendar. Yeah. We can have event calendars. Not used that one much myself. That's the physical events for like conferences, etc., and the service bookings, which we'll look at in a minute. So those are different types of appointments, you know, a 1 hour call, a 1 hour class, whatever. You'll see at the top here, we've also got services now. So obviously here, you know, I've not used this actively myself really, but you see, you might have a mark to make setup service people can sign up for, and you can take payments for them, take bookings. You know, I've got a wedding reception service there for some reason. I've been playing with these. Yeah, so just like the Calendly bookings for meetings, you can do it for services, and then also you see here brand new. We mentioned at the start of the call, you can have rentals now. So if you're renting out vehicles or any sort of plant equipment, photography equipment, I've got one client who does like party lighting and things like that. So again, it's a brand new feature that we've not actually used ourselves yet, and there's very little information actually online at the moment. There's no real YouTube videos to this. So if anyone's got a use case for it, I'd be happy to explore that offline after this call. The point at the moment though is to realise that you say if you need to rent out vehicles, or I've seen examples online of people like Airbnb and things like that sort of booking, then give us a shout. We're happy to explore that with you. And obviously tech support here for Marketing. Tech support know all about it. They could help you as well.
Brilliant. Could that be used for a meeting room?
But yeah, it could be. Yeah, I mean, I've got clients. I've got one client does photography studio. Yeah, so they've got the actual studio, which is a room. Yeah, and the photographer's got to be available, and the equipment's got to be available, so you can do all that through the services. Yeah,
be really good for a hotel, wouldn't it? It's amazing.
Yeah, it would need a bit of exploration, because obviously you might find that the hotel industry has proprietary software, you know, specialised in booking,
Yeah,
managing the room. So, but yeah, for a small establishment, it might be a good solution. But I say if you need those levels of calendar, then we're happy to jump on a call and explore with you. Yep. Is that okay? Any more questions on that at the moment?
just sort your payment method out, please, because that's
Is that bugging you, Jeremy?
yeah, it's been bugging me since I met you. I know you because you pay. I know because you pay annually. I know that, but
Yeah,
put a card in or something.
Yeah, this is just my agency account. So that little warning appears at the top, and yeah, I don't even notice, but I get it now. I know it gets you that one. Yeah, I'll switch it off now.
Quick question. Quick
Sorry.
question. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So you got a question, Steve?
Yeah, I've got a client. I was there yesterday, and they are looking to make factory tours part of their marketing program. So they want to bring consultants to the factory. They're a lift company, but they only want to allocate certain slots for the factory tours because obviously the factory needs to look correct, not having a trip hazard sort of thing. That could be set up presumably. And I see the color coding you've got for different calendars. How is that done?
Yeah. So you sound breaking up a bit there, Steve. But I think I get the question that you're asking there. So do you use Google? Do you mean this one here? Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, no, they're using Outlook.
Oh, I must admit I'm not an expert on Outlook myself, but on the Google, I find Google easier to use than Outlook calendars. These are all the different calendars I've got here, and you can and Google, you just click on here and you can change the colors.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Google's that flexible, but yeah, you'd have to explore that. But also on here, I believe if you go to if I go to meetings here, so you see here, these are the appointment calendars, like for an hour discovery call, a 15-minute call. If I click on my 1 hour one here, edit the calendar. Can we control the color on here, Atticus? I think we can, can't we? Yeah, there you go. You see the meeting color? So for each type of meeting on the system, we have a color so that when you then go to your calendar here, they'll be in these colors. See the gray ones are coming in from their Google meetings. But the green and blue ones, they're colored via the high level meetings. So that might be a solution there for you. But yes, I'm not showing a specific Outlook myself because I don't use it. So going back to the calendar setting. So the services and the rentals, the way the calendars work is very similar to the regular appointments here, the meetings we do, just a variant of it. So then we set up the different calendars we want. Yeah, I showed you how to set up a new one here. Yeah, let's show that one there. I'll say you set up a new one. Here's some I've set up already that I use. So here's my 1 hour client call. Yeah, so I'll edit the calendar, just go through the pages we see. Yeah. The first one is the meeting details. It says you can put a logo in. You can put a logo in here. I prefer to put a picture of who they're booking the call with. It makes it more personal looking. Give it a name, give it a description, what type of meeting it is. I don't tend to use this group booking function. I'll show you what I do in a minute. You got to create a custom URL. So you just obviously it's got to be custom in HighLevel. So that's a custom one in HighLevel. That's unique to your requirements. The meeting invite title is really important because when the meeting is booked, this is going to appear in your calendar and the recipient's calendar. Yeah, so I like to drop in their name first of all, the contact's name, and then my name after it. So when I look at it, I know who it's with, and vice versa. They know who the call's with. So that's quite important to get right. Meeting distribution, because I'm using a round robin calendar here, it's looking to optimize availability for the team. Yeah, so because it's just me, it becomes a solo calendar, but it could be a team booking there. And you see here, for this particular meeting type, I've set the meeting location as my Zoom account. So it'll automatically set up the Zoom link for me. And obviously, just saw there's a meeting color availability. Okay, so a few things to go through here. This is a new feature into Atticus here. You could you could have these calendars going specific days. And that's what we do for this class booking run today. We'll have this meeting booked for the 13th of January. So that's useful for sort of class type bookings, but generally you'll be letting people book the next available slot. So I'm not using any recurring meetings. Some people like to use the look busy feature. Yeah. So if you're just starting out in business and you haven't got many meetings booked, yeah, someone might come to your calendar and see you're available 9 to 5 all day long. So it doesn't look very busy, but you could enable this look busy and say, okay, by default, hide 50% of the bookings. So it makes me look busy. And obviously, as those slots get taken up, it releases more to make sure you've always got plenty of capacity, but it makes you look busy at the same time. Okay, here's some important settings that I'll just explain. Yeah, so you've got meeting interval. Okay, so if I'm running calls between 9 to 5, it's going to let people book a meeting on every 10 minutes. So at 9 a.m. they could book a call, 10 past 9, 20 past 9, etc. through the hour. That's that one. The meeting duration, so it's a 50-minute meeting. Minimum scheduling notice, I like to put 1 day. Okay, there's nothing worse than when you go for lunch, you get back and someone's booked a call in 20 minutes with you. You know what I mean? So putting a bit of a day notice also makes you look busy as well. And, you know, that's not a bad thing either. Date range. So I only let people, I've got it set to 30 days here. So people couldn't be booking a call for next Christmas with me. Just it's a 30-day window. Again, maximum bookings per day. I've got it free. You don't have to enable that. You might want to enable it. Maximum bookings per slot. not very clear on that one. I'd have to check what that one means, but one generally works on that one. Pre-buffer time and post-buffer time. Yeah, there's nothing worse on if you're doing lots of calls. There's nothing worse than when you got calls back to back to back to back all day. That's quite stressful. So just drop in pre and post buffer times. Just give yourself a breather. That make yourself sense, guys? Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Forms and payment. Okay, so here in the sites forms section, I set up a form. Yeah, so rather than using the default form that you might see on yours, which is just going to capture first name, last name, phone number, and email, and a short message. Yeah, that's fine, just like Calendly does. But you can create your own custom form in HighLevel and pull it in here and ask some profiling type questions, qualification questions. So you can review those before the call on the contact record, and you can see their website and any other questions they've answered. One option I have on mine is do you want to opt into my email list? So they've actually got to tick yes to opt into the email list on that form. So I'll show you that form quickly while we're here. So I'll just come out here. And you go to forms, sites, forms, form build forms. And you should see client, where is it? Let's find it now. Appointment, so I've got it in a folder called appointment forms. Client call form. So this will as I'm making the booking, this form is getting pulled in, which I can customize all I like then. So I'm asking the full name, email, mobile phone. What are we going to talk about? Yeah. Do you want to receive my weekly marketing hints, tips, and emails? Yes or no? And just some compliance stuff here. Okay. So I recently had to bump this up a bit because I was exploring the outbound AI calling, and to do that, you got to make sure that everyone's consenting to get those calls. So you've got to be watertight with your terms and conditions here. So that's why I've got quite a lot of stuff there.
Sorry, Julian, I know it's a bit off topic, but in terms of subscribing to the email list, does this have a bit like Infusionsoft used to? Does it have the automatic built-in double opt-in option? Do you know Infusionsoft, where somebody signed up and it would automatically ping them to get them to confirm their email? Does this have it as well?
Good question. I've not used that myself. I always try to stay away from that one. Is that an important one for you, Jeremy?
I always thought you had to, if you're collecting emails to send them newsletters, you had to double opt in. That's what I thought was.
You don't have to. Keep would tell you it's best practice because they want you to do that because then you've been squeaky clean. But it's I always struggle to get people. You might get 10-15% of people actually do that. You're losing names all the time.
I get you. Yeah. That's
So
fine.
yeah. So
I've seen a feature which is interesting. There's a verification system for email and for phone number, and you can put it on the form. And actually, when you try and enter your phone number, it will send a text to your phone, and you have to pick the code up on your phone before you and then put the code in to verify your phone. You have to do the same for email. So it sends you an email. You have to pick up a code from the email, drop it into the form, and only then can you complete the form. I've seen a few sites doing that now. You can go by that.
Is that with HighLevel though? That was Steve.
That's a high level feature now that's available. It's called verification or something, and it's effectively like a double opt-in.
Okay,
like a treble opt-in.
I've seen the phone version, and also on the slight side there, it can now work out your address, can't it? Have you seen that on the form where you start typing an address, physical address, and it'll work out the address for you?
Oh wow!
Okay, yeah.
That's a new feature. But I've not seen the one with the email opt-in. But I'll have a look at that one.
Because I always thought after GDPR came in and all that, always thought people had to double opt in. Maybe like Infusionsoft confused me. So
Yeah, when you get
I'll shut up.
when you get those compliance emails from Infusionsoft or Keep, it's all about people double opting. You should be doing it because they've always been like that, Keep, but it's getting people to actually do it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I get that.
Double opt-in, in my opinion, was a best practice for making sure your email deliverability, and I backed up Infusionsoft, making sure that their rates of deliverability went
Yeah.
up. I'd so the engagement in an email, you can do it in a very clever way by sending out an email where people are feel that they need to respond, not because they're responding just to verify their email, but they're responding for some other reason. It does help with email deliverability no matter what platform you're on if people are engaging with you.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about this double opt-in, just find a way to get people to engage with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, Jeremy, within high level, we've got email verification. Yeah, so all new emails, this via mail gun in the background, it can check if it's a valid email address,
Oh wow. Okay.
and that happens. So rather in Keep, what Keep would say to you is they say, "Oh, those are probably your emails. Go and have it cleaned up by one of these list cleaning services.
Yeah.
Export all your data, import it there." They do all the checking, then you have to re-import it back into high level. It's just a tick a box in high level, it just does it for you, yeah.
Yeah. It's even uploading data. They were very anal about it. So yeah.
Okay, we'll crack on. So
That's it. Sorry.
there's a form that I'm pulling into the actual calendar booking, and can customize all alike and trigger any automation off the form. So these yes, no will add you to an email list, etc. That's quite a useful trick. Going back to calendars, check the time there. Going back to that, the settings in the calendar. We've got the form. So there's we talked about the form. You can enable people to add guests to the call. Yeah, I'm just using name and email only. That's a new feature. Send a custom form to the guest, which is an interesting one. I've not seen that myself now until now. So capturing more data on the actual guests that are attending. I must look at that one, Atticus. Yeah. Require guests for booking. We need that. Your confirmation page. So when they can complete the booking, I'm just dropping in a confirmation message there, or you might want to redirect them to a thank you URL. Put your metapixel in there. I always auto confirm new calendar bookings. So when somebody makes a booking, it's confirmed. It's not waiting for my approval. If you want to take payments for your calls, you can take payments. Yeah. And getting towards the end now. Notifications, additional options. I must admit, I've never used this section here because I do that through the automation. I'll show you in a minute. I always like to allow Google, Outlook, iCloud Calendar to send an invitation. You okay, Thomas? I mean, do you disagree?
I'm not disagreeing at all. I'm just the camera keeps switching itself off. That's
Oh,
all.
okay. Yeah. So I always enable this option here. Allow Google, Outlook, and iCloud Calendar to confirm. So what happens is the recipient gets an extra email from Google or Outlook or iCloud, and their computer typically picks it up and drops it automatically the appointment to their calendar. You know, when you book a flight to a hotel, it drops it straight into your calendar. I like that feature.
Yeah, it did for this one.
Yeah, so I like that feature. Assign contacts if you need to, and here for a normal meeting that I'd be doing, I'd allow people to reschedule. Yeah, so rather than phone me to reschedule, they just click a link on the email that they've received, a reminder email, and reschedule. And the same with cancellation as well, so you can control all that. Here's the notes that come through by automation, and that's pretty much it, really. These I just leave all as standard and never played with those ones. Yeah. So from that, so someone could go to. If I show you here, someone could go to a calendar. I go to my mark to make. This is built in high level. This one, yeah. So demo. So someone can go to so from this then, from what we just set up, so we can come online, we can embed the calendar in a page like this or send them a link to it, and they can book a call. When they book a call, all the calendar is going to do is take that booking, drop it into your calendar, yeah, and it should drop it into their calendar as well. Okay, the calendar itself isn't going to send them any emails. Okay, that's the second half of the process. So the first half is to set up the calendar to enable you to take the bookings and synchronize to all the calendars. That makes sense. The second part now is how do we confirm, how do we send them an email to confirm the booking, trigger any other actions we need to trigger, and send all the reminders. Okay, so we do that through the automation in HighLevel. I'll show you here. So we've set up the calendar just to take the booking. Now the other half of the picture is we go to automation. Automation like this. Again, we have another workshop for automation, but we'll cover it briefly here. And so we're in the workflow list now, and you see here I've got all these folders. So always use the folders whenever you're working with workflows or email templates. Use folders to organize things because and group them together, because you don't want like to have 200 different workflows in here and it's like trying to find needles in haystacks. Yeah, so try and group them into associated groups. So for instance here, if you look at mine, I've got one called, where is it? Appointments automated follow-up. So any automation related to the appointment that's been booked, confirmed, cancelled, whatever, lives in this folder. I won't show you though to confuse you, but I'll create a brand new workflow to show you how the principle here. I'll create a workflow. I'll start from scratch. So if you haven't worked with the workflows before, then it's very triggers and actions. Okay, just like you would with Zapier. So ignore this bit of AI stuff here. I'm not going to use that. So we're going to start with a new trigger. So in this case, a new trigger is going to be when the appointment is confirmed. Okay, so I type in appointment here. And you see here, forget the service booking to do with services, that's the other side of it, but we're looking at these two here. Yep. This trigger is appointment status and customer booked appointment. Okay. What I would always do is I would always use this first one. Okay. This second one, customer booked appointment, only triggers when the customer fills a form in to book an appointment. Yeah. What I learned, if I manually create an appointment, which is really easy to do, if I myself manually create an appointment, it would not trigger that. We will not trigger that trigger. So I always stick to appointment status because it triggers either way, that one. Yeah. So click on appointment status like so. That event type is standard. So then we just need using the filters, we need to narrow it down to the actual appointment. So if I'm choosing the in calendar, that's my client 1 hour call calendar. Okay, and I've got to choose the status now. The status is confirmed. Okay, see the other statuses. So if they were to cancel the appointment later on, that could be a trigger here as well. So if they cancel the appointment, I could trigger automation. Yeah. If I show them in the status as a no-show, they don't show up to the meeting. That no-show could be a trigger. So I can send reminders. Hey, you missed our call. Would you like to rebook? That can all be automated here, which is very difficult to do with things like Calendly. But here it's super easy. Yeah. But we're just worried about the confirmed one. So that trigger is going to trigger when any time an appointment is confirmed. It might be from them filling a form in online and booking online, or it might be me manually setting up the appointment. Either way, I'm covered. That's why I only use this trigger here. There's the trigger for the 1 hour appointment, and then I click here, and I'm going to send them a confirmation email straight away. Yeah, so I'll type in email. And there is actually a recipe that does most of this for you, but I'm just showing you the concept from scratch here. Send an email. And this could be a text as well if you're using the phone numbers. It could be WhatsApp as well if you've got the WhatsApp integration. So here I'm going to send an email. Obviously, I'm going to send it from. This is where I like to future-proof it by using not the user, but the actual person that the appointment has been booked with, because you might have a sales team of 10 people. So I want all the emails to come from the rep who they booked the appointment with. So I'd do that by whoever the user is. So I'd go to appointment. Where is it? It's the assigned user for that appointment. So I'd drop in their name like that. Whoever's appointment's been booked with their email appointment.
Yeah, personal, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be assigned their email. So I don't have to worry about it. You've got 20 reps or 100 reps. It's all going to come from the rep who they booked a call with. Yeah. You put your subject line in there, but you might merge in our call on. And because the trigger was the appointment being booked, therefore this workflow knows all the details about this particular appointment. I'll call on. You see here, I can move. Well, not that badly, but I'll call on appointment start date. Yeah, so you really personalize the email to that appointment. And then here, which is hi. And you might merge in the name like this, the contact's first name, a meeting date. Oh, you ignore the English here, but you get the idea. Meeting date, and I go back. I'm going to pull in the appointment details on the start date, time.
Oh, your caps lock's on, isn't it?
No, yeah, I'm just trying to be really quick here. The start time like that. Yeah.
Really easy though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. And then it still wants to cancel. So it's all, I want to put a link in there so they can reschedule. Yeah, reschedule. Reschedule link. All I do here is click on here. Again, go to a specific appointment. You see down here, reschedule link. So that would drop in a long link that's enabled to reschedule. But what we can do then is cut that, copy that. Just make that into a link on here. So it's an actual link. So it looks friendlier. Like that. Just the same window.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't need that. I don't need a long link to appear in the email.
Yeah.
It's quite a neat trick, eh? And obviously, I put whoever's put the user's name in there. So whoever's been assigned to the appointment, I could put in the assigned user's first name and drop in their signature. So provided the user's got a signature set up on their profile, I could drop in whoever's going to be talking to them, their details.
So if you put your photo in, the signature, it'd all show up like.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
There's a lot more. So there's the first email there. So that's going to go out straight away, but as soon as you book it. Yeah. I might decide I'm going to create an opportunity in the sales pipeline now. So I might create an opportunity, for instance. I can trigger any other task for yourself, internal notifications to let you know you've got an appointment, all sorts you can do then. It's a whole new. So I might decide to create an opportunity. Create up the opportunity. So I would, in my sales pipeline, I'd be selecting this one, and I'd be dropping them automatically into a discovery call booked, like that. It got dropped straight into my sales pipeline. And I want to send them a reminder the day before. Yeah. So that's where we use clever timers now. So don't forget, this workflow knows the date and time of the meeting. It knows that already. So we just build a timer. Click on here. Type in wait. So normally a wait timer would be might be something like a 1 day delay. Yeah, like that. But we want it not just 1 day from today. We want it 1 day before the meeting. So we change the timing. So we change it to an event appointment timer. Okay. Now, because the workflow knows the exact day and time of the meeting, we can say, okay, one day before. See that? So 1 day before, this is going to trigger. So wait. One day before, yep. Something like that, probably spelled wrong. Right, one day before, and then we might take this email here. Imagine we've formatted this first email perfectly. Might make a copy of it, copy that one, and pop it in there like that. Yeah. So one day reminder. Call this one day reminder email. One day reminder email goes in there. Just tweak the message a little bit to say, look forward to speaking tomorrow at such and such time. Yeah. It doesn't just have to be emailed, like I mentioned. You might want to send them a text. So SMS. So we just send them a. So unlike Keep, Jeremy, yeah, to send a text is really easy. We just write it here.
Yeah. Oh, nothing was easy with Keep, was it really?
So we might put in the contact's first name there. Put a link to join the meeting. Meeting link, Zoom link. So the Zoom was set up as the platform when a meeting was going to be held. So the workflow already knows it's Zoom. They're going to be up to the Zoom link, and we just merge it in here. So go to come back, appointment. It's called a meeting location, and that would automatically drop in the relevant Zoom link for us.
I noticed, sorry, you're not using tags. Is it are tags kind of redundant in this in HighLevel?
No, not at all. No, you can have as many tags as you want in HighLevel. I'm just keeping things simple today. I don't want to confuse it by, but I don't use a lot of tags myself anyway, really. I'm using the opportunities. So they're in sort of, the opportunities sort of identifies what stage they're at.
Okay, yeah, because that was the bane of my life with Keep. It was all the tags and
Yeah, when the problem with tags is when you've got 40 tags on a contact record, you can look at a contact record, you can't see anything, can you? Because you just got.
yeah, exactly.
I use tags sparingly, and I use custom fields a lot more.
Okay.
So, for instance, if you're tagging people as a customer and a prospect, yeah, when you if they come in and you tag them as a prospect, that's great. But then if they could become a customer later on and you forget to remove the prospect tag, the tag does both now. So what are they?
Yeah.
If you use a custom field, a radio custom field, a radio button,
Yeah.
it can only ever be one, customer or prospect.
That's
So
brilliant. Yeah.
more organized way to do it. So you just build out your build out the workflow like that.
Quite simple.
Yeah, and obviously, so that's a very simple remind. That's a very simple workflow. Just while we're here, Jeremy, this is a brand new feature in HighLevel. So this might look so traditionally in HighLevel workflows are very linear like this. A new feature, and I believe it's live for everyone now, is Advanced Builder, which probably looks a bit more familiar to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like Campaign Builder.
Yeah.
So that's quite a new. It's just been released in the last few days officially.
Are you trying to give me nightmares or something? But I'm used to it. So
yeah. Well, when I first moved over to HighLevel, Jeremy, from Keep, that was a big thing for me, not having the campaign builder, but now we got it. So.
yeah. Let's wait till they take them to court for nicking their idea or something.
I don't think so, because I think more than what's inspired HighLevel here is N8N. You know, that's the way they're all going now. So I think they're just aligning with that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you send so the calendars set up the actual meeting, but then you've got to bolt on the automation, which is a bit of work. That in things like Calendly, it's sort of take care of for you. So we've got a bit more work to do here. However, we can customize it all we like, and it all talks to the opportunities and everything else. And you can send text and WhatsApps and all the rest.
Yeah. And no need for other apps.
Yeah.
The texts are all with it, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's
So on a daily basis, when you especially if you've got a sales team, yeah, what I really like here, you go to calendars here, yeah. Yeah. So you can see the calendars here, but if you've got a sales team, you can actually look at the appointment list view.
also okay.
And you get a list of all the appointments coming up. Now, what this is great for is you see here, so say Nikki here, yeah, the meeting's been confirmed, but say come that time of that meeting, say Nikki doesn't show up. I, as a salesperson, I can come in here like that and move it as a no-show.
I was going to ask you how you did that, but yeah, you done. Yeah,
Yeah. So here you can mark Nikki's a no-show, and that could trigger an automation. Hey, Nikki, we missed a call. You know, we all make mistakes where we get distracted and forget about a call. We've done that one. So that could trigger a series of reminder emails, maybe 20 reminders. Do you want to rebook? But as soon as she books, we can stop those reminders. So yeah, and obviously when your sales team are marking calls as show and no show, that all goes to your call reporting feature. So you can start to, if you've got a sales team, you can start to do some reporting there, which you didn't have with Keep.
yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is to show you, go to calendar view. As I say, what I love about this is people can go onto my website and book a call with a calendar booking form. Yeah. But equally, I'll be on a call with a client or a prospective client, say, hey, we need to have another call. Yeah. When are you free? So I'll be on the screen like this with them and say, oh, when could you do Wednesday? I might say, could you do a call on Wednesday at 2 o'clock, Jeremy? You'll say, yes, I could. So I could do like this if it's Wednesday. And I can quickly as I like book a call with you, Jeremy. So I type in Jeremy.
Wow.
Where are you there?
Wait, the top one.
So there, it's a discovery call. I choose what type of call I want with you. Discovery call, yeah. Appointment title, like I mentioned before, I would put in something like Jeremy, Julian, discovery call, because that's going to appear in your calendar and my calendar, like that. Yeah, it's going to be with me. You see here, I've chosen the 14th of January, 2 till 3 anyway. Yeah. But equally, if I decide I want to do that on 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, I could override the defaults and go to custom and book a call anytime I like, 1 o'clock on Sunday night.
Yeah.
You've got total flexibility if you want, and meeting location. So for this calendar, the default meeting location is Zoom. But if I was going to a client's office, I might change that to custom and just put in the location as your address. You could do, it's not just doing Zoom meetings or phone meetings, it could be in person on site meetings. So some clients like that.
Yeah. Do you find that you get a lot of fake bookings or like bots trying to book?
I've not encountered that. I don't
No,
know if anyone else has. I've not, no.
because I only ask because I've been Googling and YouTubing it to learn as much as I can, and they've got a feature, haven't they, where they can put your calendar on Google, so a customer can now book directly from Google.
Oh yes, yeah.
And that's my worry is if you get fakes and that wasting your time. Do you know what I mean? People just idiots just putting in
Right, okay.
session and that. But if you haven't, then it's yeah.
It's not been an issue for me yet. If it does become an issue, then obviously it'd be an issue to solve. But you click on here like calendar settings. I noticed this earlier because this is a new feature as well. There's always new features. You click on connections here. You see here, so it gives you, this is a new feature where you start to see a summary of all the users and their calendar configurations. If you go to Google Organic Booking, I think that's what you're mentioning here, Google.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. So I think what this is, it's to do with your Google business profile, isn't it? Your
Yeah.
Google business listing.
That's it. I think somebody can type your business in or search for it, and then your business listing shows up.
Yeah. So
And
if I,
on the right is a calendar. I think it's
this is
yeah,
this is
that's it.
this is mine here. I was looking at it this morning because I noticed this new feature. I was looking at this and I couldn't work out because I've enabled it here. Where is it? Something to look at here, Atticus, yeah. I've enabled it here to see they can book a call on my discovery call calendar. But when I come to here like this, where is it?
No, you click disabled, I think.
Yeah, it's disabled. You've on it.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well. I was a bit confused by if I
Yeah, disable that. Yeah.
are you sure that you want to disable Google business listings? It makes so that's asking me to disable it. That's what I got confused with.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a wrong question, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's now that you've that done, it's saying enable it on the in the grey area. Yeah, it's a double. You have it enabled. It's asking you, do you want to disable it? And when it's you've disabled, it asks you, do you want to enable it?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah. So Jeremy, something I've got to investigate a bit more because it should really appear here, shouldn't it? Book a
Yeah.
call. It does say call there, but nothing's happening at the minute on mine.
You've broken it. There you go.
Yeah, so that's something I'd made a note of to look at after this call. So sorry, Thomas, you got a question?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind going back into the calendar settings.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, any calendar settings. Then go to notifications. Right, notifications. So you see these notifications that are here. I
Yep.
see you've got two of them enabled, right? Do they replace the idea of setting up a workflow, or would you be better switching these off and then going into a workflow? Because when you look into each one of these in detail, they do send emails, they send reminders, they do everything that you can set up in a workflow, except maybe you have more options in the workflow.
Yeah, so I must admit, like I said, I've never touched this one myself, but let's have a look while we're here then. um,
You haven't disabled, that one is
oh,
disabled. If you enable it, click enable for a moment, just take a quick look.
yeah.
And then you can expand any one of those, right?
Okay, yeah.
So it's I don't know. I've all of them disabled,
Yeah.
but it's only when you started talking about them I spotted them and I said, am I missing something here?
Yeah, because if you look here, got a point. You see, you've got the guest here as well.
Yeah.
So
If you expand that contact one there as an example, it comes up and gives you the option to write in the email, even templated
yeah,
email.
I get you. Yeah, I must admit, I prefer using the workflows, Thomas, because I know everything automation is in one place, and rather than a bit here, a bit like
Yeah,
Keaton, a bit here, a bit there. However, having said that, what is interesting here is obviously uh, in a workflow, you can't send an email to the guests, a
right.
reminder to the guests, but you could use this to send it to the guest, couldn't you? Which is
Yeah, you
interesting.
could. Yeah.
That
Hmm.
might be a case of using both, but generally I like to get everything into the workflow because then I'm just working in one place. I'm not having to remember, oh, this bit is set up over there.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you're creating snapshots, if suddenly you've got to remember that a bit of the calendars is in the automated calendars in here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen the
Or
benefit of both,
don't
yeah.
have both of them on because they're going to get too many emails. So
But yeah, the guest one is an interesting one for me. I must admit, I've not had a problem with guests not showing up, but it's an option there. It gives you more flexibility on the guest side of things. You can't automate a guest through a workflow.
yeah, and I have one related question then under. Oh, you don't have it. I've on my screen. I've got like you have meeting details, availability, forms and payment, notifications, and then I've got connections before customizations, right? Which you don't seem to have. Connections.
Correctly.
Connections would be on the left-hand menu.
Oh, this maybe this is because this has been a calendar that's been running for quite a while. That might be a new feature that this calendar hasn't brought
Yeah,
in, so to speak.
because the reason I'm bringing it up is it has on my screen connections, external calendar sync, and it has the option to two-way sync with the calendar. Meaning, if you change something in my Google Calendar, it will sync in here. I haven't tested it,
Oh.
but there's an option here,
Oh,
right?
that's interesting. So I think probably this calendar here is about 2 years old now. I just wonder if that's a feature that this calendar, because it's
Yeah,
another one, hasn't got. But that's an interesting one to know. I did see this syncs now with Calendly as well. I saw updates on syncs to Calendly.
Get rid of that. You don't need that.
Well, I don't know why you'd want that, but apparently it syncs with Calendly now.
Right. Okay. Um,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll have a look. I'll have a look at that, Thomas, on two-way sync.
I'm going to send you a screenshot of this later, okay? Yeah.
Okay, great, great, brilliant. Thanks, yeah, thanks for that one.
Yeah.
That's the thing with this software. It's always updating, isn't it?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I can't think of anything else to add to this call at the moment, unless anyone's got more questions.
No.
You're nothing on the chat there, Atticus. You've been quiet today, Atticus.
Yeah, nothing in the chat. We just had a question regarding the reschedule and cancel links, but you covered that in the workflows.
They are quite useful. It's great when I sort of had it with before where you 10 minutes. Well, maybe I shouldn't allow it, but 10 minutes before a meeting, suddenly it jumps from Tuesday to Wednesday the meeting, as people are realizing they can't make it. But so it saves a lot of toing and froing trying to reschedule it. And they can just go and move the appointment themselves. Yeah, that's really useful.
Did that with my hairdresser this morning as well. Funny enough.
So are you ready to make the break from Keep then yet, Jeremy?
Yeah. Could you send me your link? I don't know if you sent me it already. The agent one.
Okay, yeah. So resend the link to you. Happy to help you get started when you're ready. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, if you could, I'd really appreciate that.
Okay, brilliant. Okay. So are we doing? I don't think are we doing a call next week, Atticus? We got one
Yeah,
scheduled.
of course we are. What have we got though? I'm not sure what we've got yet.
I like
Automation of
your
workflows
hat.
now.
Sorry, Jeremy.
So I like Atticus's hat. Did you get that done or
We got it from the High Level Summit in October in Dallas. Yeah.
quite stylish?
Thank you.
I should wear mine. I got one as well.
No, I won't suit you. No.
So how are you getting on? So you mentioned you're on the road then, Jeremy, next week. Oh, sorry, Thomas. You mentioned you're on the road. You're on mute at the moment.
Yeah, I've about 400 people to get out and meet, spread all over the country. So we'll see how it's going. I'm going pushing the AI employee. I've got it where I want it for now. I should say. I'm always. I was last night. I have problems with numbers, phone numbers, right? Which I don't believe you have. You've got SMS, the whole lot. There is no mobile numbers available. I've had to go to Twilio and apply for a special number, and I don't know what they're going to do. Right? Are we still recording? We are. We're not. We are. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see. I can't get a mobile number at the moment of any type, and then local landline numbers because of regulations and things. It was very, very tight to get the local numbers. Twilio has got the local numbers as Munster, right? Where nobody uses Munster or anything like that in their address here. No, nobody uses it. We use counties, and then it's using the Irish word for the local town, where very few people would use that as well. So I had to go back and change all my company registration information to match it.
Right.
Yeah, so it's been a slow road, but finally I've got numbers up and running, and I've been learning a lot about getting all this AI up and running here in Ireland, right? A little bit more complicated. I wish I could just pick up and move to the States or go over to the UK, and way easier for you, right? Yeah. So I'm ready to go on the road and start promoting AI employee next week.
Oh, well, very good, very good. Yeah. Hi, William. You've become visible to us, William. We see you now.
Yeah, how are you? Sorry, I was, getting ready and everything.
So you're in Honduras, aren't you, William?
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. here.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
So how's things going? We set up with Alicia then, William? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay. Just setting some stuff. She asked me for some stuff in the calendar, and I think I can do it now that I know how to. So I might send you an email later because I'll be doing some testing and maybe you can help me out.
Yeah, happy to jump on, no problem. As I say, I might end up asking tech support to help us because they're quicker than me. To any issues.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So it's the automations of workflow next week, Katkis, yeah.
No, sales pipelines and opportunities. I was
Self
wrong.
pipelines, self pipelines opportunities. Then great.
Oh, I definitely want to see that then.
Okay, then. So we'll call it a wrap then, guys. So thanks for attending. We look forward to seeing you again. And any questions, we're happy to answer them. No problem. So thank you for joining us on today's workshop covering the calendars in HighLevel. If you've got any more questions, please feel free to use the QR code to book a discovery call with us. And you can also use that QR code to book onto future live workshops. We'll see you there.